Good evening, viewers, and a warm welcome to Science News with me, Ruth Mwene, and our sign language interpreter is Wanjangede. And to our news, the woman representative for Busia County has appealed to local residents to embrace and support people with disabilities, urging the community to recognize their invaluable contributions. Speaking today in Busia, the woman representative emphasized the importance of fostering an inclusive society where individuals with disabilities are not only accepted but also empowered to thrive. She called to an end to discrimination and stigmatization, highlighting the need for greater understanding and empathy.
A problem. Kama uko na support ya family, ya friends. I am your friend. Na familia zote ambazo ziko na mtoto mlemavu au hata mtu ambaye amekomaa mlemavu, hiyo sio uchawi na sio laana au bahati mbaya. Wazee haswa, mnanisikia vizuri? Saa zile uko na mama kwa kitanda unamuita sweetheart. Akishazaa mtoto ana ulemavu unasema hii ni ya kwenu pepo. Umeleta laana kwa familia, sio laana. Siku hizi kuna chakula za GMO, chemicals mingi. Hizo family planning pills zinaweza leta acidity kwa womb ya mama, na kwa bahati mbaya mtoto azaliwe namna hivyo. Au stress ya kawaida, mama anapitia mengi sana, na akiwa mjamzito anaweza pata mtoto wa aina ile. Haimaanishi muachane, mudivorce au sasa iwe matusi ya kila siku. Let us support people living with disability. They are our best friends as well. Sendio?
President William Ruto has dismissed growing chants calling for his resignation, branding slogans like Ruto Must Go and Wantam as lacking substance and vision for Kenya's future. Speaking during the bell-ringing ceremony at the Nairobi Securities Exchange to mark the listing of Linzi Asset-backed security, Ruto called on critics to present credible alternatives instead of engaging in what he termed as slogan politics. In a pointed jab at retired Chief Justice David Maraga, who has expressed political ambitions for 2027, Ruto questions the logic of aspiring to lead a country one labels as failed state. Ruto further criticized opposition voices for failing to offer a viable alternative for Kenya's development.
Just like those who were there before me, my time will come and I will go. Just like those who were there before me did. But respectfully, sirs, madams, let me ask you. So, what are your reasons for this Ruto Must Go? I'm sure it's not because of the spelling of his name. Maybe because you don't agree with the ideas, the policies, and the plan he has for our nation, which is okay. But please, would you kindly favor us with your counter plan, with your alternative plan? Because the more I listen, the more it is sloganeering. It's not about a plan, not about an alternative plan. And, hey, we cannot replace a plan you don't like. We are an ambitious nation and an ambitious people. That is who we are. And leadership must rise up to meet that ambition. That is why I made a solemn and unwavering commitment to lead from the front. The truth is, I had no choice. We could not stand by and watch the country drift. We do not and never have aspired to be average.
And the Health Cabinet Secretary Eden Duale on Wednesday announced a major milestone in Kenya's journey toward universal health coverage. According to the CS, 24 million Kenyans are now enrolled in the Taifa Care program under the Social Health Security. CS Duale, speaking at a media briefing at SHA headquarters after addressing staff members, stated that the high uptake underscores the government's commitment to providing quality, affordable health care to all Kenyans. He assured staff and the public that the ongoing SHA recruitment is fully compliant with the SHIF Act 2023 and guided by transparency, merit, and fairness. Former NHIF staff are being prioritized with guarantees of job retention and deployment at existing tabs.
2024, SHA has made significant strides. As of today, 24.8 million Kenyans have enrolled, a growth driven by our aggressive county-by-county activation. 6.8 billion have been paid under the primary health care claims, with another 1.5 billion to be paid out next week. The ongoing claims adjudication and verification exercise is critical and crucial to ensure that valid claims are honored, compliance with contractual obligations, and access rules. SHA recruitment process under the SHA Act of 2023. We are aware there have been challenges in transition, and a number of court cases have stalled the transition process. We thank all the staff for the resilience they've exhibited during this transition period. We shall abide by the court decision.
In other news, 3 cases of mpox, formerly known as monkeypox, have been confirmed in Chekalini Ward, Lugari Sub-County, Kakamega County, marking a new localized outbreak of the viral disease. Kakamega Governor Ferdinand Baraza confirmed the positive cases, stating that the county government is actively responding to contain the spread. Details regarding the travel history of the infected individuals are currently under investigation to determine the source of the infections and identify potential contacts. Mpox is a viral disease that can cause flu-like symptoms and a painful, itchy rash. It spreads through close contact with an infected person, including skin-to-skin contact, contact with the body fluids or lesions, or by touching contaminated objects like clothing or bedding.
What I want to assure the public is we have upscaled our surveillance and contact tracing across the county. At the same time, we have also expanded the isolation capacity at the Kakamega County Referral Hospital, at the Lumakanda Sub-County Hospital in Lugari, and the Chekalini Isolation Center. Just for purposes of the public caution, I want to reiterate on the fact that this mpox disease is contagious, and the symptoms are fever, body rashes, and sore throats. So in case any of your family members or yourselves, you experience fever and you have body rashes and sore throats, please ensure that you visit the nearest health center or clinic for purposes of checking and also for making sure that we prevent this disease from spreading.
Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has criticized the Law Society of Kenya chairperson Faith Odhiambo for our opposition to the application of anti-terrorism law against individuals suspected of committing crimes during the Sabasaba and June 25th protest this year. Speaking on Wednesday, CS Murkomen expressed his disagreement with Odhiambo's stance, urging that the Prevention of Terrorism Act is a crucial tool for maintaining national security and should be applied when warranted. The government's decision to invoke Porter against protesters has attracted widespread backlash from political leaders, legal experts, and the public, with many terming the charges excessive and a tool to suppress dissent. Murkomen defended the move, stating that the government possesses strong evidence to prosecute individuals responsible for the recent chaos.
I saw the interview of the LSK president and I was surprised that she was arrogating herself the position of a judge. We have presented the evidence to court. How did she assess that it was not watertight? And how did she assess that he did not miss a threshold? That is a court process, you know. Once, and there is no court that admits a charge sheet that is defective, you know. There must be a prima facie evidence that shows clearly that there was burning of courts, there was burning of shops, there was cases of stealing of guns, and so defines clearly the acts of terrorism in the Prevention of Terrorism Act. It's very clear. It's even in black and white. As long as you're committing acts that are intended to create fear, destroy property, burn, they have white, they are instilling fear to the population and so forth. And the law is very clear on those issues.
Energy and Petroleum Cabinet Secretary Opiyo Wandayi has moved to explain the recent significant hike in fuel prices, attributing the increases primarily to rising global oil prices and the existing tax regime on petroleum products. His explanation comes amid his growing public outcry and intense scrutiny from members of parliament over the sustained high cost of fuel. The Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority recently announced new pump prices for the period of July 15th to August 14th, which saw an average increase of Kenya shillings 9 per litre across petrol, diesel, and kerosene. This latest review has reignited public debate about the effectiveness of the government's much-touted government-to-government oil import deal. Appearing before the National Assembly's Energy Committee on Tuesday, the CS Wandayi defended the price adjustments, stating that they are a direct consequence of a 6 to 9% rise in international oil prices between May and June this year. And in other news, the Ministry of Education has launched a full-scale investigation into the alarming claims of sexual assault at the Alliance Girls High School. The probe follows a series of public outcries and protests by former students demanding justice and accountability for alleged abuses spanning several years. The Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Julius Bitok, has publicly called for the immediate arrest and prosecution of a teacher at the school, Peter Ayiro, who is facing accusations of sexual grooming and harassing students. This cause intensifies after angry former student staged protest outside the school's gate, demanding not only his arrest but also his immediate dismissal.
Second term. We are currently doing exams. Schools are about to close on the 1st of August. Normally, when exams are about to take place, there's some sort of unrest that takes place, but we've advised our head teachers and our field officers to work with the students, encourage them so that they don't panic in order for them to do their exams and continue learning. So as a government, we have a policy of no grooming, no molestation, no sex relations, no sexual advances to the students in any particular school. And if we find any teacher involved, whether male or female, legal action will be taken against them. And therefore, that is actually the position of government, and investigations are taking place. We've ensured that all our field officers have been advised to go into the schools and ensure that they are working together with the BOMs, with the head teachers, to ensure that this is brought to a halt, and any particular person who may be involved, legal action, criminal action will be taken against.
Thanks for watching. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back with sports news. Don't go too far.